Twitch at Extreme 14 SVG. Okay, good. Good. No. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Good.
Oh, yeah, gotta get it good. Right. So if you wanna drop a comment, if you're listening, you can switch over to the live if you want. Tag one of your friends. Make sure you share it. Right. So remember, I challenged you before we went to the break to come up with a solution. If there's a mother who's listening who's struggling, or a father who's listening who's struggling, parents, grandmother, nan, and whosoever who's struggling right now, whether economically you are unable to parent the child, I know that the authorities are also listening. You can hit us up with a solution or two. How can the individual person help out in a similar situation? Maybe they are also listening, so you could probably help them out too. All right, but let me throw out the responses that came in right about now. There's a voice note right here. Okay. Come on, partner. Don't do me this Friday morning, no man.
Morning, Crystal. Crystal, here you going on? You see, sometimes in life, kid give we parents horrors. You know, it all depends how we bring them up. But on another hand again, if you have a kid and the kid giving you horrors, maybe a friend of yours or some family member of yours, you know, they can take the kid, right? And the kid can grow up in their hand decent as possible. You understand? Because it seems like the person might get more like for the kid than you, and they might treat the kid good, and the kid could come out a good kid. So if you have a kid that you can't handle, maybe give it to one of your family member, or if not, put it up for adoption. You know, because basically some people might take care of your kid better than you. So that could help avoid a situation in St. Vincent today. You understand? Because I know you get a kid that they bad around their parents and they in other people's hands and they became good kid. So if you can't handle something, leave it and let somebody else handle it. You never know. That might be the only solution.
Handle him or her, right? So there's a solution there. Persons who are able to raise children could probably adopt. Look into adopting a child if you know that your family member can't take care of a child. That's one solution to the problem.
I have one though. You know, usually they just have these drives for medicine. I think they had one. It's been a very long time.
Medicine,
yeah. They have these drives where they have these walks where you walk and you pay the money that you pay for these shirts. They usually
sponsor walk. Right,
yes. Should have one of those.
And donate the money to families in need.
Even if not the family, you buy the stuff and you distribute it.
Right. That's one solution. Good morning to Delton. Good morning. Somebody says, okay, no, that will come at the end of the shift. I don't know this mother, but 33 with 9 children. I see women that's struggling can't afford to take care of their children, having multiple children. And when asked why they keep getting pregnant, they claim because they can't use condoms, because it don't feel real. But in the meantime, kids are suffering, and some of these garbage call themselves men. It's just as responsible. Now,
Continue. Go.
If you're unable to use a condom, then to prevent yourself from getting into a dilemma like this, there are a couple of things that can be done.
Don't have sex.
All right, you can abstain. That's one. Number 2,
Call shot later if you want me.
right? There are special condoms out there on the market that make it feel as real as possible. If you are allergic to latex, there's non-latex. If you cannot afford, the clinics have them for free. You could go to the HIV Secretariat and get them for free all over the country. You can get them for free. There's birth control, right? There's an IUD, which is something that's shaped like a curved T. It's inserted into the vagina, right? And it attaches itself to the walls, right? And it doesn't block the sperm from going up.
Well, it prevents
implantation, right? Implantation is when the sperm and the egg, they get together and have a little party, and the egg starts splitting, and then it attaches itself to that's called a zygote, and then it attaches itself to the wall of the vagina, and then a cervix, and
For
then
the men?
cervix. Right, yeah. So that's what an IUD
That's
is.
a human biology class.
Yeah, well, you know, if you can learn a little something small scene, right? After, well, that's the IUD. You can go to the clinic, your nearest community clinic, give them a call and find out if you can get it and how you can get it. Easy call. What else is there out there? If it,
Morning pill.
yeah, they morning after.
Morning after.
Morning after. If you get yourself
after.
call
Oh,
for
that's expensive.
$10.
Alright, so no, I'm giving it
Men need to be responsible.
better options.
Yeah, I'm coming to the men. I'm
Okay,
coming
well,
now.
get a vasectomy.
I give the most. What?
A vasectomy, yeah.
I give the most important one. Just don't. I'll wait.
Well, if you know you love it and you don't want to stop it, get yourself a vasectomy. Yeah, you could undo it after if you decide to change your mind.
Yeah. Alright.
Be responsible.
I know that there's research out there and there's a pill out there for men.
I think it's fully approved.
And yeah, we ain't reached nowhere yet.
Yeah, we ain't reached there yet.
But those are some options for preventing pregnancy, preventing unwanted pregnancy. I know sometimes some things might happen the morning after people may not work, the birth control, you might miss a day, and that is it for you. You get pregnant, but it is still an option. All right, it's just so sad that some of our women do not know where to go to get the information. Some of our women don't know what to do and how to protect themselves.
I have one here. My heart goes out to these families. I have a serious poverty. We have a serious poverty problem. I saw something that I never thought happened in SVG. These kids go to the landfill to get scraps of food, toys, etc. I cried a day seeing the excitement on one child's face after I went to throw out a broken toy. It's really sad. It's a really sad situation. You know, I did see a video of persons in the landfill. It was last week. It was circulating around Facebook. We didn't get the chance to touch it.
Hello, good morning. Missed that one.
Yeah.
71043 is the number to call live on air. 430-1043 is the number to hit us up on the WhatsApp.
Alright, so alright. So this lady, she just said, "Hey, morning. The mother can or could try adoption, or can some organization try reach out and help their kids. I am a child of a mother of 9, so she in a similar situation. Well, she's a daughter, right? And that story brings back memories. Only one lost when he was 11 due to an illness. Treatment and proper care wasn't available, so he died. I think we need to offer parenting classes for free. And we can also give less fortunate people or mothers all the information of the options from tying off and adoption."
I want to hold on to that point there. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Crystal. Morning, Crash.
Hey,
Morning.
good morning.
Hey.
Two things coming out. Question 1. How was this child being raised? Because reading the information coming out through the various media platforms, if he would literally come and go as he so desires at this young, tender age. Secondly, where is the father?
Very important question.
Listen, it is all well and good to take a mother to task, but we know that nature, it takes a male and a female to produce a child. Are you telling me that father was so removed from this child's life that he resorted to eating raw food and all that kind of thing? Let me say something to the men out there. Instead of lying and spending so much money on free for 10, put money aside when you get paid first for your child, for your home. It is a disgrace and embarrassment, and that father should be dealt with by the law for that. And I am suggesting it's about time the government put legislation in place to garnish the wages of men who do not look after their children, and so garnish the wages of women who forsake their children. You cannot tell me you have a child coming in when he wants. It is clear. People will not like I'm saying that the mother lost control of her child from birth. I don't care what people say. This is my house. I will do everything possible to provide food in the house for you. But you do not come in when you want or leave when you want. Simple as that. We cannot be beating around the bush no more, people. It is just painful. I mean, I got home and I woke up about midnight and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. Have we lost what it is to have a child and play around with her and laugh and joke? Him or her? Have we lost that connection? Have we lost that humanity? That we, the adults, must do everything possible to protect the young ones? It is painful, people.
Yes.
And we might jump high, we might jump low. This is where the domestic violence starts. This child had no guidance. And sadly, maybe the father saw it just fitting to just say, okay, take his life. He has suffered enough. It is just painful. A 7-year-old, and someone mentioned about he may have eaten raw robin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was an eyewitness story.
A child reaching that level of hunger. Come on, people. Come on. And there are people who know of the condition and did not report it to the social services. And I'm saying this, police officers, social welfare people, members of the community, when we know of these things, we take collective action immediately.
If you see something.
Either one, we make a contribution and we buy groceries for the child or children, or we ensure that the government people move in and handle it. This is a death that should be on all our conscience.
Mm-hmm.
Because as if, how the saying goes, drink your water and mind your business.
Correct.
This is an example of minding your business. A 7-year-old. People do not know the joy in just watching a little one laugh, playing with them. You know, I mean, you walk the street and you stop a little one, I mean, just a couple afternoons ago by court, little boy asking me, did you leave any apples for me to buy? You know, and his response is just, well, I have my apple, go and look for yours. You know, that joy, just interacting with children. And then you hearing, and she said, if Thursday she has him, she will go to the police. Was Thursday too late? Thursday, it is too late. She has this to deal with on her conscience. The members of the community who are now asking, we should have done something better, have that on their conscience. His father will die and will live the rest of his life with the neglect of his son on his conscience. And we now
As if the
have
father is still alive.
if the father is
in the country.
if the father is overseas, you know you have a child. You overseas, you can find ways and means to find out about your child. This is your child. And if you allow a wife or woman to tell you, do not look after your child, drop that woman like a disease. No spouse have that right to stop another from looking after his or her child. Kids clothes. It's just painful, people. It is just painful. And somebody, where's the Minister of National Security? Come on. We are the leaders in our homes. We are the ones to come together and say, listener, this thing going on in our community should not be going on. Here is a form of sugar. You put some flour. You do this. You do that. And look after the child. A community has to raise a child. If the mother is struggling, fair enough. Not everybody's position in life is the same. God did not make it that way. But we can reach out collectively to help a situation. We can reach out and we can do better. I only hear a whole set of complaining. Oh, children doing this, children doing that. What are we doing to stop it? What are we doing? There's a school feeding program going on. Okay.
That's with Tusty, that's the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean in the schools. But when it's
in the schools, right?
Yes, we, the members of the community, listener, instead of she going down the road and line, have her to come by us, we will provide dinner, she can stay there, she can study with my children. When you come from school, come for her. It takes nothing of us. It takes nothing of us to do those little things. Because we then will help the mother who has to work late. Sometimes maybe 2 little jobs to make ends meet. But we who are better off can put a child to sit in the balcony with the others. There is an exercise book or piece of paper. You write. There is some juice. You know? You have your clothes there, come and bathe. Do this, do that. These are the little things we do. And children will get to trust we, the adults, that we are looking out for them. But if we only tell them, don't do that, and turn our backs, and the children want to survive, what do you think they will do?
Here's another point, right? We are quick to chastise children who run away from home, but you don't run away from you do not run away from a good place. You do not run away from a safe place, a place that you feel loved or comfortable. You don't.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You cannot say it better. You cannot say it better. And you see, some grown-ups believe that shouting at children is the way. Is the way. Just sit down and have a conversation. The child will speak in his own little language. That's how I call it, the baby talk. And you just converse with them. And adults will be surprised how close the children will come to you. They'll walk up to you and say, hey, I am sorry, but I just did that. They will come up and they will speak to you because they trust you. But if they do not trust you, the mother, the father, they will run away from home. And they will go by a neighbor where they feel comfortable and accepted. And when they do that, sometimes the neighbor, for a number of reasons, either chase them or say, okay, stay there but go back, and something is right in that home for that little boy to be coming when he wants. It ain't right. And teachers, when you see children come to school and their condition is just troubling, get the principal involved, get social services to investigate the matter. People may say I am being drastic. Sorry. We cannot afford the lives of our children to be so endangered. Let us deal with it from the start. We cannot have a friend, she's pregnant and about drinking alcohol, and say, oh, that is good, and laugh at it. Come on. We need to get serious in this land. It is just painful. It is just painful. Leave the politicians out of it. We are the ones responsible. Not the politicians. They make policy. We are the ones to ensure that policy, that law, the management of our homes, the management of our communities is what it is done. Leave the politicians out of it. Leave the Prime Minister out of it. We we are the ones responsible. For the principles of raising a child does not change from home to home. It is across the board. It is we who forsake our responsibilities because we either want to please someone, we are too lazy to handle our children, we are too lazy to do the basics and to stand up, and we pay a painful price and then blame the politician.
Some of us aren't ready to be parents because we are children ourselves. We never grew up.
Yeah, but listen, growing up, with my younger sisters and brothers, people taught you how to carry a child, how to hold a child. Nowadays, people pushing children about in pram on a rough surface, and the children is like a vibrating doll. You know, and they don't see that endangers the well-being of the child. Or they have something strapped on them, the child head is rolling all over the place, it is not stable.
Sometimes walking about, I saw this day before yesterday, walking in the streets of Kingston with a young baby, nothing over that child, no umbrella, no nothing, in the hot sun.
Yeah. And the other thing, I hate to see people, I know sometimes the mothers, but listen up. If we in a community and a mother has to go and buy groceries, she has a baby, can someone tell mother, listen, okay, you head out for 9, come back for 12, I will look at the child for you within those hours. Because for a mother to be carrying 3, 4, 5 bags in town and have a baby on her arm, it is painful. It is painful to watch. I mean, a number of times I've had to help people with babies with their parcels. You know, it's just painful. It's just painful. Yes, the father gone to work because if he decides to take a half day off to stay with the child, so the mother could go and shop, he do not know what his boss will do. I understand that, but we need to find ways and means. And young mothers, if you're not ready for children, do not have unprotected sex. Do not think that, oh, I have 6 children and I am top of the world and you cannot manage not even one. It makes no sense. Having a child is a serious investment. Having a child is a serious responsibility. Your time is not your own. So if you know you want to party, do not have children. If you know your economic status will not allow you to have 2, then just have 1. And women, do not say about, I will have this one with him, that he will look after me. How many men will you have children with before you finally wake up to reality? And the men, this is not years before. Now it ain't right to be having 6 or 5 children. No. As my grandfather had put a question to his male children and his male grandchildren. He said, if you have 5 pounds of sugar and you have 1 house to take care of, how long will that sugar last you? But if you have 5 pounds of sugar and you have 4 houses to take care of, how long will that sugar last you? He said, don't tell him the answer. Think of it and know what you're about.
Yeah, makes you think. All right. Okay, so I know that you have some very valuable points to contribute.
It's Friday, but we just have to. Thanks a lot and God bless.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you so much. All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Crystal, Vigilano, and Kush, right?
Crash.
Yeah, and blessed good morning to the whole team. How's the long one doing this morning, Crystal?
He's good.
Yeah, that's very nice. Good parents. I know you're going to do the best all the time. Yeah, which all the other young ladies, them could have learned from you and take heed from the others, them who, doing the right thing for them children. I understand sometimes things rough, but at the same time, having children, especially if you don't have 2 children with 2 different posts, 2 different men, and not one of them by your side for the first 2 children that you born. Why you want to go down the road and pick up another guy gonna come, first of all, they're supposed to start a relationship. Make sure that man is gonna be by their side. You're not just going to just meet a man and just go lay down with a man because he might say, well, trick you in a certain areas, you go give a couple of dollars, and then after that he pregnant you, then you're not seeing him, he gone somewhere else. Come on. That is no good. And most of the time, some of them girls, they hang out with a lot of guys who don't work. Then smoke and then drink, so they get pregnant. And not one of them there to take care of the children that they know that are for them children. So that's a big problem too. Woman need to get no wiser, no matter who them is. You know what I'm saying? You can't, and then most of the time is get to you, them, get a girl, them get pregnant, them kind of way, And I here for something like this, because if they was really thinking about the positive way, you don't suffer already. Why you want to go pick up 9 children? That's a lot of children, and not one father is there to help out with the situation. Come on. That's a lot of problem right there. Now you have children going to run there only because father not there to help out. The parents hardly can control the last one. These kind of things. So it causes a lot of problem.
Yeah.
A lot of problem. And they need to do better with themselves. Not just run into somebody because they might come and tell us, say, hey, I will do this for you and next thing time come. There is not one of them that could do anything. So I really feel for the youth that passed away. And sometimes I go downtown, Crystal, and I see a lot of them parents, they got them little girl, child, hanging around drinking, doing what them doing. Come on, that's not the way you raise up a children. Amongst all this some kind of guy who's smoking this and doing this. When you go down then you there with your children, come on. And the same thing they're going to do. Them looking at the others and looking at their parents doing what they're doing. And later on when they start to get like 12-year-old, you cannot hang with them. Them have them own way already. And I don't think that's a good way for a woman have children and really they in a run bar or whatever drinking with them children amongst them and these kind of things. Come on, they need to do better. And they can do better. And if they know them any children, Crystal, even though they don't have money, they can go by the clinic if they want information. Talk to the nurses them. Speak to somebody who can help them out in the situation if they don't want to have children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they're going to do things and they're not use no protection, they know they're going to bring children.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot them have to rise up themselves, and do better.
Yes,
and then the man they need to do better too. Because you have children, you can't live with children then for the parents alone. Look after them children. Come on. A part of you too. So why not do the best for them? I can't understand some men, Crystal. Some man them very nasty, I'm putting it this way, them very nasty, and realize, because some of them I want to work and they know they have children. But they rather go down by the bar and sit down there and a man buy a drink as the song say. Why you drink, I drink, buy back a drink and you have the money in your pocket. Yeah, so you don't do these kind of things. Come on, man. Every man needs to just wise up themselves and uplift themselves and not blame no one. Sometimes you have to blame themselves because of the lifestyle that they choose to live. And you make your bed up, and that's the way how you lay in it. So if you don't make up your bed, you go back inside it, you beg and go look around for all the time. So all you have to do just do the right thing.
Yeah.
The right things will happen.
All right.
And if I go downtown and I meet you go in a garbage pan, trust me, I'm not going to let them go inside and take out nothing free, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
No matter whose children, I'm going to be a part of it and look out for them.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure they get something free.
Okay.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to let them go there because I know going in the garbage pan, people might don't spit and all this kind of thing. Next thing, somebody don't got some kind of disease and here comes the children, kids have to go suffer because you didn't got food to eat,
All right.
So, come on, we all need to get better and help out you. Them and the parents need to stop having children if they don't have nobody to look after, no father around them.
Okay.
They need to do better. And maybe things can be changed.
Yes, sir.
So that's all my words for the children, for the parents then. Don't give them guys nothing until they can stand up and be a man where they're supposed to be.
All right.
It's true.
Yes, sir.
Leave them alone. Leave
them
the
alone.
problem alone. That's
Alright.
all I got to say to them. I'm a fist for Crystal. Have a blessed one. DJ.
Oh.
All right.
Alright,
Thank
man.
you so
One
much.
love.
All right.
You know, he did make a valid point there. We have to be responsible as men. I don't understand how you could see a lady, she already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children, and you go and you're giving another one, considering the fact that, you know, you saw her situation before. She probably told you the situation before. You could see the situation, and you go and you give her more kids, and then you're not picking up and doing your part in it. You also not protecting yourself. Yeah, and I'm protecting sex with the young lady. You know?
Some of these cases are rape, so you know,
Exactly.
and abuse.
You know,
And
I
as
wasn't
Robinson
even-
mentioned, sometimes a lady look at a man and she's like, hey, he seems like a good father figure. Let me have a child. No, like she has a child with him because she probably has a good job or something. You know? And then she end up with another child because then he ain't going to support it. We need to come out of this mentality, man.
All right. So it's 8:05, and let's just
Grab a bottle of the new Island Sips Plum Rose Sparkling Water. Taste the Plum Rose Caribbean fruit flavor, refreshing goodness. Beyond water, Island Sips Plum Rose Sparkling Water. Ask for it at your favorite supermarket, restaurant, or neighborhood grocery. Island Sip Plum Rose Sparkling Beyond Water.
All right, Randy Supermarket and Bakery Diamond.